Hello there, Commonwealth from me. Traversing Hyrule was only a glimpse, since the real juice into the world is in the Japanese website. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe and press the notification bell, and let's get into what wasn't shown in the second trailer. We begin with royalty. Yes, Zelda is the heir, but there's only one king in the castle, and he rules, by example, as seen by his sacrifice in this clip. Going down the rift with his closest advisors, the female minister Sadari and male general Uki, all being drained of their color as they go down into the rift. Parts of the castle are taken, either before or after Zelda ends up imprisoned in the dungeon, as this scene appeared to take place while she's still in her regular royal attire with no ponytail, but his big fluffy hair. The same goes for the following screenshot at the entrance to Castletown. Most likely after the title card, when Zelda has been escorted back by the soldiers, but before the king scene. Castletown starts out safe, but it quickly changes, after Zelda completes her stealth Echoes mission along with Tri. Moving on, we have the Sheikah Ruberi in what appears to be his lab. But what is Sadari doing here? Or is the scene with the king's sacrifice a major turning point in the game? Indeed, there still appears to be a number of questions to be answered, including how much of Castletown is left standing outside of the rift, as it appears that it will expand twice here, first covering a few buildings and then pretty much all of it. But enough about the capital, as the main footage from the website is about the gameplay possibilities and provinces outside the town gates, setting up beds to sleep in the fields, or perhaps to use as an elevator with water blocks. It seems that your imagination is your only limitation if you acquire the right echoes. Though watch out, as enemies can break echoes, which appear to be a great diversion maneuver in many situations. Indeed, in some cases, confrontations can be avoided altogether by creating a walking path on the summoned echoes, or as a protective and movable plant pot wall. Yep, that moblin didn't even notice Zelda. Meanwhile, high-hanging Tula web can be dealt without fire arrows. All you need are echo trees and some fire. Combinations just like in Tears of the Kingdom, but with easier use and more practical application. Mainly by jumping into them to avoid gusts of wind up mountains, hot rock lava damage in Elden Volcano, and so on. And even if you get burned, you can set up a fan, or even better, a water block. The same echo also works for vertical elevators and horizontal passageways to what otherwise would be unreachable landmarks. The two triangle cost beds that become truly OP after Tri gains the extra triangle to the tree she has at the start. And the gaps in this game are built in such a way, like seen here with the rock passage, that you need that fourth triangle to fully traverse the world of Hyrule. It is all physics like in Breath and Tears, but more so versatile, as there are multiple solutions to the same problem. This naturally allows for more creative play than in any past top-down 2D Zelda. A passageway of wind gusts can be crossed by either using a trampoline echo to jump over them, or by dropping effing rock echoes in front of them. The Japanese website illustrates how we can do it our way. And this is even before we get into the game-changing use and abilities of monster echoes, since the same gap up Elden Volcano can be crossed by summoning a key echo and simply glide over to the treasure chest. While in Gerudo Desert, we have seen multiple solutions to the same issues. Throw out a sword moblin to do the work for us, or a bombfish to explode the problem away. We can even use a new tornado fish-like enemy echo to blow these critters straight into the abyss. Throwing monsters against monsters is something we got a taste of with the model bot in Tears of the Kingdom. Even so, the physicality of them in echoes is next level, and the website is full of more such examples. A meat echo carefully placed in the middle can lure out enemies, which can then be taken out by a spiky pea-hand. But that requires multiple echoes at once. Why not instead just use one enemy echo in the form of this candle monster to burn grass on both sides? Same applies along the brand new shores of top-down Hyrule, as this ship and sharks are definitely not in a lake. The shark is a threat, but can also be addressed in multiple ways. Shocking with a spark echo, or a heroic angler fry echo, in this case requiring to be summoned twice. In driver environments, we see that aerial enemies, and hence new vertical enemy echoes, can also be dealt with different monster echoes. Here seen with spare moblin echoes, or by summoning this unnamed bird enemy for 2 triangles, granting us quite the bird duel, an aerial spectacle, plus even a little reward. Naturally, if we already have this enemy echo, we'll only gain rupees, but if it is brand new, we also get the echo of it. And here we find the big difference between 3D open air and 2D open air. One discourages combat due to only gaining minor rewards and weapons that will soon break from new enemies, while the other grants us both monetary rewards and the echo of the defeated monster, making combat once again one of the greatest pleasures in Zelda, as we can then use some of them to light up dark spaces, but also let us cross chasms and so on. Following what appears to be the first dungeon of the game, where we learn the bind ability to hold objects and then move them along with Zelda, we can also use that ability to hold enemies. Take versus Wolfus for example. First we bind him, and then we summon 2 spear moblin echoes to defeat him. Is this spear Lizalfus annoying you? Just use bind, move a little, and drop him straight into the lava. At the same time, bind has much further reaching, game-changing properties through monster/enemy echoes. Take this blade trap. Yes, you can traverse fast by jumping on it, but you have more control by binding to it and then letting you get fast across while also slicing down any monsters along the horizontal path. Meanwhile, vertical obstacles can be conquered by binding to flying monster echoes, which there are multiple of, including this unnamed moth-like monster. Is climbing more your thing? Then you can scale Elden Volcano by binding to Krolltula Echo. It is that simple and efficient, and for combined fast horizontal and slight vertical traversal, we also have the horses. And in this horse footage with multiple different steeds, we can also see a brand new feature not even seen in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Actually scratch that, any Zelda game to date. Riding our steed across Gerudo Desert, all while avoiding scorpion enemies. From this quick scene, we also see that the entrance to Gerudo Town is wide open, which makes sense as we play as a Vi this time. But back to the binding ability, which we should believe we get in the first dungeon. How do we know this? As Tri in the bind introduction scene only has 3 triangles when she takes hold of the object in question. The 4th triangle is likely obtained upon defeating the boss, teased in the reveal trailer, though also his core and potentially weak point. And who knows, with bind we might be able to throw him into the walls of the boss chamber. Either way, with bind, 4 triangles and a new heart container, we can conquer the world of Hyrule and gain some new heart pieces, all while enjoying a new type of smoothie by the water. Here in Jabul Waters, we find the interior seat of power of Drad, the River Zora, who has some beef with potentially a Sea Zora princess. Eventually though, it appears that they will set their River Zora village and Sea Zora's domain differences aside and team up. Why would I say that? From screenshots, the Sea Zora playing the harp for Drad, and Drad playing the horn/trumpet, clearly impressing the female Sea Zora. Wouldn't surprise me if these two share the dungeon of Jabul Waters. No matter what, we also find Sea Zoras in this unnamed seaside harbor fishing town or village, one which was absolutely not seen in the trailer, but only through a website screenshot and this textless flyover. The same textless flyover can also be found on the other locations seen in the trailer: Jabul Waters, Elden Volcano, the swamps filled with piranhas, and naturally, Gerudo Desert with its oasis. Speaking of the oasis, we have a screenshot here with one of the new Gerudo characters, who is also seen in this chamber, which appears to be the chief of the tribe's throne room. Here we also see the same advisor as in one of the rift scenes in the second trailer. Along with these, we have also received a few more interior shots of Gerudo Town, including a store. We're almost at the end, but first, Mighty Gorons, since now we have visuals of the interiors of this game's Goron city, along with a number of the brothers, both old and young. Last but not least, we have the Deku business scrub with his own interior shop, and the smaller regular scrubs interacting with Zelda. Naturally, we also have screenshots from the Castletown fountain and side quests in Kakariko, but onto the next trailer. That should be it of screenshots and footage that wasn't in the Traversing Hyrule trailer. What do you look forward to the most? Game mechanics, bigger world, or maybe the massive enemy variety? Sound off in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, then be sure to leave a like, subscribe and press notification bell to not miss any upcoming Zelda and Echoes of Wisdom videos. Last but not least, a big thanks to you for watching and to all our patreon.com/commonrealm patrons. Special shoutouts goes to our raw producers, Zach Johnson and JC Funk, and heroes, Holly Wolf, Cheryl, and Garrett Hoy. Also, a shout out to our brand new Patreon, Trond J. Stavos. You all rock, and please enjoy one or both of these two awesome videos.